Alright, you guys should know how this works. What's in the mug this week? 10 points at the end of the video if you guess correctly. And maybe I'll give you 5 points if you get pretty close. But feel free to put them in the comments or not. Just keep it in your head and you can award yourself the points. But be honest. Anyway, g'day and welcome back to the ZiggyD Weekly, which I'm going to be honest with you guys. The whole point of me doing this show is just that so once per week I can just be a little bit less serious and kind of talk to you guys about whatever the hell I want. So, before we jump into the actual ZiggyD Weekly, I want to do something a little bit differently this week. I want to kick things off with some story time. Story time. Okay, so the story I want to tell you, this is a story of the weirdest dream I've ever had. And maybe you guys can share in the comments below as well, the weirdest dream you've ever had. But okay, to set the scene, setting, present day, on top of a hill, one of those sort of, you know, weird ass curvy hills, a house, a 2-story house with a small front yard and a white picket fence. 2-story house, modern day, on top of a wide curvy hill, sitting by itself, no other houses around, kind of just grass around, nothing else going on. I find myself in this house with a large family, a very large family, a very large Scottish family. And the history of this Scottish families extends back maybe something like 1,000 years. So I don't know if that's even possible, but in my dream that was what was the case. You know, dreams, we can have some creative liberty with our dreams, I guess. Now I find out in my time staying with this extended large Scottish family on the in the 2-story house on top of the hill with a white picket fence, that they have a long-standing 1,000-year-old blood feud with another large Scottish family, possibly on another hill somewhere. I didn't quite get where they were, but they were off somewhere, and they have a long-standing blood feud. Now, I don't believe I'm part of this large Scottish family, but I might be. Maybe I'm just a visitor. Anyway, I somehow get entangled in this blood feud, and I find out that the day has come after 1,000 years of blood feuding for these two Scottish families to finally settle this blood feud in old-fashioned Scottish fashion. They're gonna get out there and do battle with swords and kilts. You know, the full Bekilted sword fighting Scottish blood feud settling. You know, that sort of standard fare. So I'm there and I'm talking to the leader, I guess, of this Scottish family, and we go upstairs and he says, okay, their family is going to come and fight us today. They're going to be attacking, so we're going to be setting up out the front of our house. Maybe we can set up some people in our front yard behind the white picket fence, you know, for a bit of extra safety and protection against the charging, Bekilted Scottish warriors. And he said, I'll give you a bow. So he goes over to the corner of his room, comes back to his bed with an armful of bows and spreads them across the bed. Now, the bows that I see on the bed, there's something like, I don't know, 3 or 4. Most of them are like about this big, and they're made from plastic. What? Okay. There's one larger actual looking adult bow there, but it looks complicated as fuck. What the hell? Sorry, excuse my language. Sorry if there's any younger viewers. I should put a warning at the start of my videos. ZiggyD Weekly, maybe when I'm talking about crazy dreams, the language can maybe get a little bit crazy. But anyway, there's this larger, you know, real-sized bow on the bed, and I'm like, okay, I guess I have to use this one. And I pick it up, and it's got one arrow, and this arrow has, like, instead of feather fletching at the end, it's got hard plastic fletching, and I'm like, okay. And I find out to actually use this bow, I have to somehow loop this arrow through this little loop on the actual bow itself. But it won't go through there because of the hard plastic fetching. So I kind of have to like do this weird hold and balance it on the bow. It also doesn't have a little thing to hold the arrow, so I kind of like got to lean the bow and hold it there. And it's also got 2 strings, and on the second string is this second like leather thing that you're supposed to lean the arrow against. You're supposed to pull back 2 strings at once. Okay, so this bow is complicated. What the hell? You know how dreams just sometimes troll you by giving you something that you can't do, make you feel absolutely useless? So we're in the front yard. I'm standing behind this white picket fence. There's a few other archers with real bows for some reason. I got the raw end of this deal. And a bunch of utes start arriving. And Bekilted, as you would expect, Bekilted Scottish warriors start to leave these utes at the bottom of the hill and get out with their swords, their large swords, and maybe some have like shields and dirks or something like that. You know, typical Scottish weaponry, even though it's in the modern day setting and they're getting out of utes. But anyway, it's muddy, so they start to charge up the hill, and some of our Scottish warriors, Bekilted Scottish warriors, start to charge down to meet them. And myself and the other archers are... you know, trying to string our bows and shooting. Some of the other archers are shooting, but I'm trying to shoot this one arrow. And, you know, people are getting closer. The charge is getting closer. I'm trying to, like, figure out how to shoot this arrow, and I can't do it. And then, all of a sudden, I hear some gunshots. And there is a man sitting in a crane, the leader of the other Bekilted Scottish family. And he yells out that it's dishonorable to use bows against, you know, honorable men doing honorable battle. So he shoots us with an assault rifle. And he shoots the other guys, and the other archers die. Like, you know, full on, like, I'm terrified at this point. And he's aiming the rifle at me, kind of in slow motion. It's doing this sort of thing. And I'm like, and I'm like trying to run inside. I'm doing this weird kind of like, trying to dodge his aim to make it hard for him to aim on me. And he shoots just before I get in the door. And I feel this hot feeling, like this kind of burning sensation right on my buttocks, and I think I got shot in the ass. And then I run upstairs and call the police on the telephone, and that's where the dream ends. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed my weird dream story. The camera's kind of out of focus there we go. But I would love to hear what is the weirdest, preferably non-sexual, weirdest dream you've ever had. But that was probably one of the top 10 weirdest dreams I've ever had. I can't think of any at the moment that were weirder than that. But yeah, anyway, that's like half the ZiggyD Weekly gone, but I wanted to share this story. So this one might be a bit longer, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the story of my Bekilted Scottish modern day battle blood feud getting shot in the arse with an M16 dream. Okay, let's do the ZiggyD Weekly. Okay, so first up, I want to do things a little bit differently as well. I'm going to say what happened in the previous week, then I'm going to do a question, take some time for question time, then I'll go talk about my upcoming content plans, then I'll go back to question times, and we'll close out with what's actually in the mug this week. So, first up, the previous week. The first thing I did was Monday Musings, and I did it on a bit more of a serious topic. I did depression and gaming, which is, you know, something I've, you know, had to deal with myself. And apparently, like, the video a lot of people, you know, said that they really connected with it and it really resounded with them. And, you know, it had inspired and motivated some people. So that is fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching it. And I'm really glad to all of you people that actually got something out of that. And it really drives me to want to keep doing that Monday Musing series. So I'm going to try and do one after this video as well. But the color on my webcam is going weird. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really glad with how that went. But next up, I did 3 videos on the console version of Diablo 3. I did some comparison videos for you guys who are still deciding whether you want to buy it, and I also did a bit more of a farming guide video with some info that I found out. Since I don't have a capture card, I can't record any actual footage of the game, so that might be the limit of what I can do on the console version. But me and Amy have been playing it in excess. We've been up to 2 AM multiple nights playing it. I'm feeling that super addiction again, and she's definitely super addicted to finding sick legendaries. But I have to say, overall, it's just they've done it really, really well, because it's taken the stress out of playing co-op. All of the time, I really want to play co-op with Amy, but we play something like Borderlands, and I run off because I'm kind of I play fast often, and we're doing separate things, and it just gets often games end up being more stressful than fun. But Diablo 3 has just been pure fun, and if you find these legendaries, and it's all been pretty awesome, and I'm just really impressed with how well it's gone, and it's just been a ton of fun, and we've put tons of hours into it. I think we're just about to finish Nightmare, but yeah, it's been really cool, and we're keen to keep going on it, and I imagine at some point over the next week we'll probably be at Inferno doing some farming runs together, which is really exciting. So maybe if you're still on the fence about it and you have a partner or a friend you want to play it, and you're wondering whether it will be fun, do it. It will be incredibly fun. It's been incredibly fun. I'm really impressed. I've played the PC version tons, and I'm still having a blast. Anyway, I also did a couple Path of Exo videos, including a look at some of the beastly new unique items that came in the recent patch, and these were pretty pretty awesome. I recommend checking out the video. I had a lot of fun doing it because the items were awesome and I was in a, you know, pretty happy, keen mood that day, and a lot of people seem to enjoy the video, so check that out. As usual, all of these links will be in the description below. Now, I also did 3 videos on Final Fantasy XIV. I did like 2 guides and one kind of like new gameplay sort of video I wanted to just try out. I don't know if I'll continue the series or not, but I had fun trying it out, and it's good to experiment with these things. As I've said in the past, I don't really like doing the Let's Play thing so much, but when I do some sort of just my gameplay commentary, I kind of want to make it as interesting and educational as possible. So I kind of like did this roleplay fusion guides, just gameplay commentary sort of thing, and it turned out fun. It was kind of weird, but it turned out fun. I think some people enjoyed it, but as I said, I don't know if I'll continue with that yet. I'll think about it some more. I also did 2 Hearthstone commentaries, but as I said in the past, you know, not many people watching my Hearthstone content, so it's a shame because I'm really enjoying the game, but I'm probably going to keep going with it just because I'm enjoying it so much, so screw you guys, I'll make videos on what I enjoy. Alright, so let's go into a question before we move into what's coming up on the channel. And the question comes from Skinner, and he asks, will I continue my hardcore MP10 Witchdoctor self-found series on Diablo 3? So that's reaching back. That series was from quite a while ago, and some of you guys who have been around since the Diablo 3 days may recall it. And basically, I took a Witchdoctor, I played hardcore right from the very beginning on Monster Power 10, was pushing all the way through with only self-found gear, no auction housing. And it was a lot of fun, and I think some people apparently really enjoyed it because they're still asking about it, which is pretty sick. But yes, I would love to continue that, but I think as Skinner suggested in his question, I'm going to wait until some of the patches happen, probably the pre-expansion pack patch happens, because it's going to do a lot of buffs to crafting. After seeing how fun crafting can be in the console crafting is really good. But even if it's like somewhat better than what it is now in the PC version, I'd be really motivated to continue that series. So it's still on hiatus, but if some sick crafting patches come, I think I will pick that back up again. And hopefully it'll be a lot better than it was then, because I've gotten better at doing the YouTube video thing. So hopefully the wait will be worth it for those of you guys who are keen to see that. And, you know, maybe some new people will drop in on the series and enjoy it as well. So, that covers that one. Upcoming content plans. Now, I want to try and do a Monday Musings video after this. I have a topic from someone sent me a question, which I think I'll do it on that. You know, I can't really promise with the Monday Musings because it's kind of whatever I'm musing on at the time. Why is my webcam changing color so much? If I sit perfectly still, it won't. There we go. But the question that I might do, the Monday Musings, is like old school versus new school gaming, and you know, whether gaming's gotten worse or better or what's going on with that. I have some musings on that I think might be pretty interesting. I also plan on doing some Diablo 3 videos on the upcoming expansion pack, some discussion videos on what's in the expansion pack and how you can prepare for it. I'd like to get something done on that because I've been playing a bit of Diablo 3 on the PC, just slowly preparing for the expansion pack and just having a bit of fun with it, which has been pretty cool. I also want to do some Final Fantasy XIV discussion videos and maybe some more guides. I kind of want to do a video on just asking you guys and talking about my experiences with MMOs and how you enjoy MMOs, because it's a bit weird for me. I'm still kind of new to the whole MMO thing, and I'm not really sure what to make of it or how to go about enjoying it in the best possible way. I want to do 1 or 2 map guides for Path of Exile. You guys saw me start the map guide series, but I want to start making some guides on specific maps, so hopefully that will be enjoyable. And I also want to do some more Hearthstone strategic discussion and videos, commentary videos, but I really want to hear what sort of content for Hearthstone you guys would be really psyched to see. Like, not just, you know, stuff that you might watch, but stuff that you'd be really keen to see in Hearthstone. I suspect for a lot of people it's going to be commentaries of really high-level matches or pro matches, but there's no replay system in Hearthstone at the moment, so that's something I can't do. I'm really hoping for a replay system. That would be pretty sweet. But yeah, that pretty much covers it, I think. I might, you know, slot in a few extra videos here and there, like I tend to do. But let's close out with 2 last questions. First one comes in from Sol, and he asks, how do gamers come up with such unique usernames? He refers to ZiggyD, Kripparrian, Invalesco, and TotalBiscuit. Now, I have to say, the story for pretty much everyone's username is pretty unique from all of the ones I've heard. Like TotalBiscuit, for example, he read a series of books, which I can't remember what it was, but apparently they had a weird naming convention in the book where they would put these two words together, and one of it was like total something, and he made up total halibut later, which later turned into TotalBiscuit when he started doing his cynical Brit sort of thing. So just an interesting sort of way that came out. I don't actually know the story behind Kripparrians. I don't know if he's ever shared that. Invalesco is actually Latin for to gather strength, so he's obviously someone who studied Latin in school, or just maybe likes ancient history and stuff like that, and has just picked a word, just picked a cool ancient word. That's a good way to go about picking a new username. And mine, Ziggy is my middle name, and I originally had it Daniel Ziggy, D Ziggy, and I realized D Ziggy kind of sounds weird, so I ended up putting the D after the Z into ZiggyD, which kind of rolls off the tongue a bit better, but it's still really weird. It's a weird name. ZiggyD is a weird name, and people look at me weird when I tell them that in real life, but whatever. Usage. I don't have any advice for coming up with a username. Maybe look up a cool word, but I am a fan of the usernames that aren't cool initially and are very unique, and you make them cool later, because ZiggyD certainly isn't a cool name by itself, but I plan on making it cool, and maybe I've gone some way of the way towards that. So make a weird name and make it cool. Like Day9. That's a weird name. Day9, what the hell is that? There's no... But he made that cool, and now Day9 seems good. The more you hear a name, and the more you know the person behind the name, the more normal the name sounds. So ZiggyD probably sounds normal to a lot of you guys who've been around for a while, but it's still a pretty weird name. So that's my advice for that. Now, Drakkart from YouTube, and that's Drakkart, and maybe if you search that on YouTube, you'll find his channel, asks whether I am feeling big on YouTube yet. He says he once thought that his channel, his current size, was big, but now that he's gotten there, his perspective has shifted. And at what point do you know that you've actually become big on YouTube? Or I guess this really works with anything where you're trying to, build up something for yourself. And I certainly agree with the perspective shift. Like, 10k subscribers seemed a very long way away, and it seemed very huge for a channel. And now that I actually just hit 12k subscribers, actually. Thanks, guys, and welcome to all the new subscribers. But your perspective shifts, and then you see, okay, I've got that many, but I still don't feel big. And I think even when I get to 100 or 200k subscribers, I still won't feel that big. But I did have a better point. Oh my god. But I think overall you have to instead look at it in terms of what goal you're going for. Personally, I'm going for the goal of, at the moment, my medium to short-term goal is to just get big enough to be able to support this full-time without having to do any freelance work to back it up. And that will be fine. I'm not too interested in becoming huge and famous. I'm mostly just interested in being able to do and support myself in doing something that I love, and to be able to... something I also thought of recently was to be able to reach as many people as possible and be able to help them in a certain way possible. When I did that Monday Musings on depression, I thought I really connected with some people here, and it's because I don't just talk about depression. I talk about gaming and stuff, stuff that people are into. And then when I do talk about something else, there's potential I can reach these other people that I might not normally be able to reach. So I would like to be able to reach more people, but I don't feel big yet, and I don't really see the point where I become big. I know in a technical sense, I'm now classified as a medium-sized YouTuber, which that happens around 10k subscribers. So if you want to, identify yourself as a medium-sized YouTuber, then 10,000 subscribers is about the goal for that. But it's kind of arbitrary. I'm not really too fussed on it personally. Anyway, what is in the mug? Now, there's ice cubes in the mug. I'm interested to see what you guys guess. I forgot to give a clue. My clue, if you still want to guess, was going to be... it's real men still drink pink, but it's not strawberry Nesquik, and it may have an impact on the my state in this particular show. And the answer is... Ba-ba-da-ba. It is an energy drink. It is a pink energy drink, literally called pink. And yeah, I don't know. I like it. It's tasty. Real men drink pink. And yeah, if you guessed energy drink, I'll give you 5 arbitrary internet points. But if you guessed pink energy drink somehow, then you get a bonus 10 energy E points for a total of 20 E points, and put those in the bank. because they're pretty valuable, and you know, I think in the future they'll be becoming more valuable. Anyway, I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.